Hello, I'm Deborah from DeborahAdele's Craft Room. I've been decorating my tree, or attempting to decorate my tree, and I'm pretty bored with all the stuff that I have. So I'm going to make a snowman tree, and I'm going to make gourd snowmen for the tree. I have different sizes. Let me bend this down so you can see them. I think I have 25 of them. And I'm going to do them all for this video because I think it'll be fun. Let me put this back a little so you can see them all. Look at that. It's crazy, isn't it? So, I'm going to tell you how I'm doing it as I go. And I'll put this back up for now. Okay, first thing I'm going to do, these are all washed and ready to go. And my husband filled all the little holes with this that ultralight. And then he drilled holes in all of them for me. I haven't been feeling well, so he's helping me with this project. Okay, so now I'm going to put these hairpins in every one that needs it, and they all need it. And let me show you how I'm doing that. You take the needle nose pliers and the hairpin, you bend it up. I showed this on how to prepare gourd for painting, but we'll do this here again. Okay, so that's what it looks like. Then you pinch it together, drop it in a hole of the gourd, twist it a little so it pops, it spreads out, and there you go. I need these because I'm going to spray all these gourds with Kilz, and I need to hang them in order to spray them. This is the Kilz that I'm going to use. It's an interior primer and it blocks stains and odors, but that's not why I'm using it. I'm using it because it's white, and it blocks all of the, if there's a dark spot on the gourd or anything. So I have a couple of cans of it. I think that'll be enough for all these gourds, but we'll see. So first thing I'm going to do is, let me just tell you everything. What I did when I selected these massive quantities of gourds is I got different sizes, and I have some hats that I had from years ago when I used to paint for a living, and I fit a hat to every gourd. I have a zillion of them. I have a whole bunch here, all these, and all these. Let me show you what the bigger ones look like on the gourd. Some of the, let me see what we got here. There you go, big ones. What you can do is when you glue it up a little higher, and you put it on the gourd while you're painting the face so that it doesn't disappear when you put the hat on, because that could happen. Here's another one, another big one. Anyway, they're all different sizes, different shapes, but they'll all be good snowmen. And there were a few of them that I couldn't fit a hat on. So what I did, let me see if I can find the ones that I don't know where they are. Let me see if I can find that one that I know for sure. Okay, well this one will probably work. What I did was I crocheted some hats. See? I started with that magic circle. And let me put this on the gourd. How cute is that? And then I made a scarf I have to tuck in these ends still. But I made a scarf to go with every snowman hat that I made. There you go. There's the scarf. And here's the hat again. It popped off. You have to glue these on a little bit. Okay. And won't that be just adorable? I have a maroon one. Let me put this one on. Maroon with a scarf. And a red one. This was a red sparkly one. And a scarf. And I have a few gourds, a couple. This tiny one right here. I had some of these snowman hats and scarves. You buy them in a little pack that hangs in the store. And there you go. Here's another one. This one's not folded down. Let's see if this one fits okay. Two. I have only two of these that are little. There. And there's a scarf that goes with each one. Some of these, we won't be able to see the mouth because the scarf will be coming up over the mouth. Like, you know, Charlie Brown Christmas kind of thing. Anyway. Here you go. Where is it? Okay, well anyway. So that's what I have. Hats. These hats here, I'll be getting a piece of fleece and wrapping around. I think I've done this before on the snowman. Wrap it around and then I'm going to cut a piece matching for the scarf. So it's going to be a big job. I'll be editing out a lot of it that's redundant. So anyway, first thing I'm going to do is the pins, the hairpins. I'll do a couple of more before I shut the camera off for a while. Okay, up we go with one. Let's see, there it is. One, two sides up. See that? Put it in a good spot so you can see. There you go. And in it goes. Sometimes it's hard to get them in and just, there you go. Oh, that didn't work. Okay, there you go. It doesn't matter if these are in right, as long as they're going to hold, because we're going to put a hat over the top of all these. Some of them you'll have to take this off for these felt hats, or for these crocheted hats, because it'll poke it out. But and you can take them all out if you want to use the hairpins again. So anyway, there's one. I think I'll do another. The thing about snowmen, here's another one. Is that the gourd doesn't have to be perfect. It's nice if it doesn't have holes, but if it's misshapen or anything, that's okay. It makes them kind of charming, actually. So there you go, there's another. These spots right here, these white spots, it's where my husband filled it with that ultralight and sanded them off. Okay, well, I'm going to get busy on these now. I'll come back when I'm finished with all of these pins. Okay, these are the hats. I worked on them last night, in the middle of the night, and I cut the felt on my guillotine cutter here to strips, thick and thin, thinner for the hat bands, thicker for the scarves. And let me get this one here. Put some. I use this felt glue here. It works pretty good. You don't want to press it down when you wrap it around, and you don't want to push too hard. You just want the glue to touch, and then don't mess with it anymore, and it'll stay. If you squish it too much, it'll push into the felt, and it won't stick. So I did all these. They looked kind of plain. Where is that? Okay. They looked kind of plain. So I got out my bag of rhinestones, flat back rhinestones, and I stuck a bunch of rhinestones on them. Let's see what we have here. Let me get this one here. The little ones. I put smaller rhinestones. Anyway, they all have some bling on them because we like bling. Some more. Some more. These are just stacked, obviously. They're falling all over. So, where did they go? Oh, here. Okay. Anyway, that's this mess. I'm in my living room instead of the dining room. Okay, now I did another thing too on the thicker, oops, whatever. On the thicker, the wider, the wider bands, these are going to be the scarves, and I cut little slits in the scarves at the bottom, only on one end though, because I don't know if this is going to be too long or too short. So after I fit it on the snowman, it'll, here it is over here. I'll know when to cut the little slits on that, on the other end. So here's some more. These are for the bigger gourds with the big hats. Anyway, that's it. I hope all that wiggling around didn't become troublesome for you. Okay, so there you go. When I wrap the hat bands around, oh, let me show you the hat bands I cut. Here we go. See on this side here? See? I cut them all the right width, and then I cut one to the hat size and wrapped it around and did a little overlap and cut a little point on it so it looks fancy or something. And then when I cut the rest of the strips, I just used that first one for a guide. And they all, of course, fit the same because they're all the same size hat. So there we are so far. I just came in from spraying the gourds with Kilz. It's going to take a little longer for them to dry because it's cold outside. So hopefully they do dry. Otherwise I'll have to bring them in one at a time so they don't bang together or anything, so they can dry. Okay, so that's it for the hats. Simple. Felt glue. You can use white glue, but it doesn't really hold as well as the felt glue does. So anyway, there you have it. Hats. I'm making carrot noses for, so far I'm, let's see, 34 snowman marathon. So I have one big snowman that I'm going to make. So I'm making that last one for him, this last nose, so you can see how I do it. I roll it into a ball, and then I press down on one side, and it becomes a carrot. And then, so that I can peg it into the snowman, I put a toothpick in it, and I just leave it there. And it bakes around the toothpick. And sometimes they fall off when they come out, but if they don't fall off, you know, just give it a little twist before you put it in the gourd so that you can make sure it's secure. And if it's not secure, you just glue it a little bit and push that back in there. So anyway, that's that. I have to bake them 275 degrees for about 12 minutes. I might have to leave this one in a little longer. See, because look at the difference in the sizes. This one I have a little tiny gourd that I'm going to put it on. And so anyway, this job is done. And going on to the next job. Hello, I'm back. I have all these snowmen. They're painted white. No, they're sprayed white with Kilz. And I have 30 of them. My granddaughter came over yesterday and decorated the tree. Partially decorated the tree. It's almost done. Except for these snowmen, and I'm not sure there's going to be room for 30. But I'm still going to paint them. So, anyway. Coffee. When you're not real fussy about your gourds, because they're going to be snowmen, you spray them with the Kilz and you find a lot of problems. And the spray is one of the problems I keep missing. And probably should have, you know, checked them out before my husband brought them in for me. But I have some pure white paint here, just white. And I'm touching up all of the spots that need touching up. Here's one that was just like a light spray, and I fixed it. But at the top, if they have a light spray at the top like this one does, it doesn't matter because the hat's going on there. And so anyway, I'm going to get started. I think the first thing I'm going to do is maybe drill the nose. What I'm going to do is you still have to find the best side of the gourd. The place where you want your hat. Okay. Oh. Reverse. Okay. Okay. You want to have your buttons be able to be on a nice smooth area in your face. Oh, I'm just going to keep on doing these. I have all the noses drilled, and now I'm going to use this blush to blush the cheeks. And I'm going to turn the camera down so that you can see what I'm doing better. Okay, just going to assembly line them because there's so many. Just makes it easier. Okay, I found the other stuff, which is way better, because this is kind of, I don't know, streaky. So I'm going to use this pink here. Okay, now to do the faces, I have my formerly brushes that have really nice bottoms to make different size dip dots. One of them is still a brush, but I only use it for dip dots because they're really nice flat ends. So, put this over here, get out the black paint, and I will start dip dotting. They're probably mostly going to be the same unless I feel more inspired in a little while I'm dotting, because I'll do the eyes first. That way I don't have to keep changing dotters, dip dotters. You don't want them, of course, to roll on their faces while they're sitting here waiting. Let's see what I turn it this way. Okay. This is a really big one, so I'm going to try to make the dots bigger. There we go. Cute. It's nice if they stand up, because then you don't have to lay them down to roll around. Ooh, that's a big eye for this little face. We'll see how it looks. Looks like a little deer caught in headlights. Okay. I think I got all the eyes done on the ones that I am working on. Now I have to put the mouths in. Let me see this. Stinking cute. Okay, now with a mouth, hang on a second. When you do the mouth, you can start with the middle dot and then dot up without re-dipping, because of each one will be smaller and it looks good that way. Let's see how this works out. 2, 3. Okay. Okay. All right, whatever. Okay, I got this mouth on. I'm not really a fan. Doesn't look right to me. see. Try this one. Just a little tiny, and I'm going to go up one on each side. Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. You want to leave a little space so for the width of the carrot, when you don't go real close, because it'll look funny with the carrot touching the mouth. I made a lot of small noses, so I might not have that problem. Some of these mouths I think are going to be partially under the scarf, which is okay. I'm putting the eyelashes and eyebrows on. I forgot to tell you what I was doing. Okay, I'm using a pencil eraser for the dip dot, or for the bigger ornaments, for the buttons. This one I'll use a big one too. Okay, I am painting the carrot noses because I ran out of orange clay, so I used a regular flesh color clay. And I checked them all out to see if they were stuck, glued on the stick. And a couple of them, you know, came off, so I stuck the little end of the toothpick into some glue and put the carrot back on. And now I'm doing this. Now I'm painting. So all of these snowmen are dry. I waited until the buttons were dry because, you know, I like to stick my finger in wet paint apparently. And I just don't have time to repair this many of them. Dropped a carrot. It's okay. I have a lot of them. Okay. I'm going to start gluing these noses in. These are ones I had already that were made from the orange clay. So I'm going to use them first. Okay. Okay, now when you put the hats on, you won't have to glue them, so you want to put the hat on and see where it touches. Because you don't need to glue the whole hat, you just need a few spots. And wherever it touches on the gourd is where you want to put the glue. I'm going to go get the felt glue, so you don't spend your whole life shaking the glue down. You just put it upside down in a container, and whenever you're ready to glue something, it's available right there at the opening. Okay. I'm going to do the big ones first. Okay. I think I'm going to just hit them with like 3 spots if that's possible. 1. Okay, I hit this with 3 spots, and I'm going to put it on the let's see. Okay. Try to leave it alone if you can. Okay, that's not working. This one's not working. not hitting the right spots on the gourd. So try it again. Okay, let's try this now. Oops. That seems like it hit better. Okay. Now when you get the hat on, just leave it alone. Don't mess with it if you can. Okay. I have to spread the glue around up here a little. Okay, here we go. Okay, we got one done. I'm gonna set it over here. Okay. This one. It's kind of funky. I'm gonna see if I have extras and just use this one instead. There we go. Okay, now let me look. 1, 2, 3. Okay, 3 spots here. A little bit off the sides. Away from the front, I mean. And then one here. Okay, 2. Oh. Okay. What the heck was that?
I don't know.
Oh, you know, ice has been dropping out of the gutters. This one touches funny, so I'm going to put one touch in the front to keep it from dropping on the eyes, and then this one other touch here. Okay. Okay, I got the hats on all of them, and now I'm going to put the scarves on. This scarf is too small, so I'm just going to make it work. Cutting the other end. Not with these scissors though, I can tell you. Okay. Okay, here we go. This one doesn't really look good because it's short, so I'm going to put this on it. A sequin. Oh. And voila, a thing of beauty, joy forever. There you go, there's one. Now after I finish with the scarves, I'm going to be putting hearts on their faces, so these are not done. Okay. Here's a piece of red. I'm talking to the camera, honey. Did you wonder? Oh, you're just listening? Okay, here we go. Once I get them on, if they're not too long, I just cut the ends. Cut the little fringe on it. See how I cut it? Okay, fringe. And then I put the glue on. And I gotta quit storing this standing up because it's gonna take forever. honey?
Oh, it's just wrong.
Okay. I'm going to do is I'm going to paint dip dot hearts down here, little white dots on the eyes, and if there's anything wrong with any of the eyelashes because they're too thick or whatever, I'm going to touch those up. I'm going to use the I'm going to use a toothpick for the eyes. You're fine. Little dip dots. And now with the back side of this brush, I'm going to put a dip dot heart. Maybe I'll put 2 hearts. This one looks a little plain. What I do is I put 2 little dots, dip dots, and then I use the other end of the brush to pull the point down. Okay. Alrighty, let's set this one over here. That one's done, except I have to string it. One heart on this one. Okay, I finished the gourds. Not all of them. I have some more in a bag. There just wasn't enough room on my table to do them all at one time. And I'm going to see how much room is left on my tree after I hang these up. So I might be doing another video. I might be doing a whole bunch of girl, snowmen, or whatever. But right now I'm just going to show you these. Like one at a time. They're all different sizes and shapes. There's 3. Yeah, I'll put this up a little longer. Okay. I only have 19 done. I could have sworn I had 100, but because it took so long. Here's a couple skinny ones, skinny necks. Here's a little tiny one. Here's another little tiny one. This one's cute. It was a little hat and scarf set that I purchased years ago. Found it in a drawer. So I decided to use it. It's a little knitted thing. I don't know if I showed you this one. Maybe I did. Here's a couple more. 1, 2, light green and dark green. Did I forget to know it? That's got this thing. Okay. Here's another kind of big one. Now here's one I crocheted this hat and scarf set because I couldn't get a hat to fit this one right, any of the sizes that I had. So I just made one. And then there's this, and this one's cute. I wasn't sure if I was going to like that purple, but it's pretty cute. It's got a different kind of a hat thing on, a little circle. Here's another. Here's another bigger one. And here's a lavender one. I think I showed you this one while I was working on it. And I think there's just this one left. I might have shown you this one already, but anyway, that's it. I have 19 of them, and I'm going to let them dry a little more so I don't smudge up the hearts, because you know how I like to smudge stuff up. Okay, this one fell on another gourd, and of course the one wet spot on it is where it landed. I'm going to touch up this heart because okay, now I see a little black fleck of something. I'm going to touch it with my alrighty, I think that's it. Let me see if I can pick out my favorite two. I like this one. It is big and fat. And I like this one because it's got a long skinny neck. Okay, I am putting little loops on the top of the hat so that you can hook an ornament hook into them. So let me show you. I'm using crochet cotton and a darning needle. It's got a pretty big eye on it, and I threaded a big piece on so you don't have to keep threading every time you do one. You take it to the end down here and cut it off. Okay, so here we go. You take the top of the hat. You know, you don't want to put it in the middle because that'll hang funny like this. But I put it right at the point of the hat. Pull the threads all the way through. And then tie a knot. A little short little loop there, and cut off the strings. And then you can put your ornament hook in there. I have green ornament hooks, so that's why I went with green on this. Okay, I'll do another. Ooh, what a mess this table is. Good thing I didn't do all of them at the same time. Okay, got your needle, stick it in the hat, and then just kind of lift up on it so it goes through on the other side. A little, these hats are pretty stiff, so see how it went through like a running stitch? Okay, go through. Another one. This isn't fun, just so you know. Okay. Okay, this is the last one. I'm going to hang these on the tree so that I make room for my next batch of snowmen. Okay, this is the mantle with my ceramic trees. My little ceramic salt and pepper shakers. The little trees are salt and pepper shakers. The snowman there is a gift I got from Sean about, God, at least 20 years ago. So now I'm going to the tree. Start at the top. That snowman, Chris drilled a hole in the bottom to make it into a tree topper. We have snowmen galore on the tree. Snowmen down below. Back up again. A lot of gourds on here, 30 of them. There's probably too many, but it's okay. Here's some close-ups of some snowmen. I crocheted the hat and scarf on that one. I put some bling on them this year. That one has a crocheted hat on and a scarf. A lot of felt. This one here is one of my videos. There's the little elf whose name I have not selected yet. More down here. I'm going to step back so you can see the whole thing. Looks pretty busy. Okay, that's it. Christmas tree.